I know everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but facts are facts. And I appreciate the magnitude of this this project. In the interest of disclosure, I don't support the tax ballot initiative. And also, too, when this measure was first brought before the people, I was one of the individuals that actually signed the argument against it. Obviously, I wasn't that persuasive. But nevertheless, the reason why isn't so much that I'm against this type of project, because actually back in the 1980s, I was with a group, working with a group out of Nevada that was trying to put in a mag-left system coming from the Las Vegas area into San Bernardino County to the city of Ontario. And I can tell you there is not too much, with the exception of maybe Baker, between Las Vegas and in that area. It was all going to be funded by private sector dollars too. And most of it was actually being paid for by the state of Nevada. I bring that up because I'm not opposed to infrastructure projects. As a matter of fact, I was one of the architects and one of the major forces behind the transportation bond of 1B. I believe in building infrastructure. I think it's a good thing to do. It's a great way to create jobs. But these were projects, when we were doing that bond, they made a certain amount of sense. The roads were there. We knew what we were doing. This is not in that same light, and that's the reason why I've got some problems with it. Now, I don't have a tendency to want to govern by what polls say, but the recent field poll that was just released the other day clearly indicate that the people see the current high-speed rail project as a waste of money, especially during this time that public safety, education, and other programs are being cut. People want us to vote for the governor's pension plan, the reform plan, and not another $100 billion bottomless pit of spending money. Also, the field poll director, and this would be quoting him, here you have an unpopular multi-billion-dollar long-term project kind of rearing its head in the middle of this budget cutting. That's pretty irresponsible. The voters have gone from being very anxious and hopeful about the future here in California to just being downright angry. This state capital now has become a place where Californians believe they actually get sold out. You need to put the brakes on this runaway train, and that would actually go a long ways to trying to restore confidence. We've got a tough situation here in California now. And by the way, too, in the last 10 years, every time I see a little glimpse of that we're finally climbing out of this hole, we just can't seem to help ourselves but to do something else to put us right back down in it. Now, 40 years, I made a career out of dealing with busted projects, rundown projects, trying to figure out ways to solve those problems. At the end of the day, it's got to make a certain amount of economic sense, and no government shouldn't be in the business of taking risk with taxpayers' dollars. That is truly irresponsible. There are risk takers out there, and they deserve any kind of profit they make for taking that risk. This is a very bad risk right now, and I'm not even sure it's the right technology. I would encourage a no vote. Let's put a stop to this, and we can keep working on it. But this project doesn't make economic sense, and I do personally believe it's irresponsible. I would encourage a no vote.
Senator DeSaulnier.